What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Doobie Den, and tonight it's Friday night, so you know what that means. It's Rev X's wrestling review. We are Revolution X. I'm Buddha Fire. That's MJ Hat, and man, this week I felt took a drop from last week.
Yeah, me too. Man, there's a lot to talk about here. I feel like tonight was better than Monday was. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But tonight wasn't that good either. Hot take. I said what I said. Buddha,
Mm.
let me ask, man. And we're gonna start this out strong. Good to see you guys. Thank you for the lurk. Stay Frosty RSCJ.
What is
Dark Tree.
up,
Good to see
Dark
you, buddy.
Tree?
I know we got a couple of people on the stage too. Caledon and Fred Flintstone. Maybe it's just GSK now. Yeah,
It
it's
is just
GSK.
GSK.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Floyd will be back later. Let me ask, before we get into the review itself, what did you think overall of? Hey, Vinny, welcome in. What did you think overall of SmackDown?
SmackDown overall was a 3.
3.
I think 3.
Okay,
Last half
that's
of the
fair.
show
That's
really
fair.
saved the first half. We discussed this
That's
earlier.
what I wanted you to say.
If it wouldn't have been for the last half of the
Right there.
show, Dark Tree said for real he fell asleep during SmackDown, which that's about what I told you earlier. I was at work and about fell asleep watching SmackDown. So, but from the U.S. title match on, picked it up, made it into a better show than what it was. Everybody,
1000%.
Dark Tree says 2.5, so we're not far off.
Yeah.
Floyd says, I always fall for the
Uh,
Discord notification thinking it's for Twitch stream. Well, it is.
It's good,
Technically.
Fred Flintstone. Appreciate that, Fred Flintstone. So let me dial it back here because we always start these things off with a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of camaraderie. Chat this week in WWE. And I know there's only a couple people here. That's fine. That's fine. Like-minded individuals getting together. That's the whole point. What did you think overall, scale of 1 to 5 or 0 to 5 of the shows?
Both shows
Like combine
together.
them, do whatever you got to do. One number, 1 to 5. While we're waiting for chat, I'll go ahead and I'll go into the raw results from Boston, Mass. Dark Tree, I see your 2. Thank you. Vinny says 2.5. GSK says it was garbage. That's fair, GSK. That's fair.
No, he said it was
And
trash, not garbage.
well,
Call it for what it is,
improvise.
man. Call it for what it is.
You got to improvise just a little bit because, that's just part of it. All right. We start with a recap of Rollins, Lesnar, Femi. No surprise there. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman open the show. Heyman puts over Lesnar and says Femi took advantage of a distraction, then he's going to be humiliated at WrestleMania by Brock Lesnar. Oba Femi's music hits. He makes his way to the ring. He gets in. Lesnar picks him up immediately and tries to go for the F5, right? Well, Oba says no. He pops off his shoulders real quick, runs back, hits the ropes, and then bam, knocks Lesnar out with a force, just a clothesline right over the top rope. Lesnar is stunned on the floor, looking up at what will be the Beast Conqueror. So, my thoughts here, right? They're putting Oba over hard, getting the rub in, which is magnifique. I love it. I love it. What did you think about this opening segment?
Oh man, I mean they're doing everything they can to make Oba a star, and having him up against the Beast and being able to, quote unquote, manhandling him the way that he's been able to the last couple of weeks. That star power is growing very strong.
I agree with that.
Before we go any further, C Engineering says redeem a vape break. So, C,
Oh, 10-4.
here's a cheers for you, brother. You still working on the same one?
If you had been in my stream earlier today, you would know we talked about this.
Some of us
You were
have to
working,
work.
though.
Caledon says, I want to
I said
recognize
that.
Paul Heyman's character work for the last few weeks. he actually didn't sleep for 2 days, and it didn't look like he slept for 2 days. That's actually very true.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He looked like shit.
He did
And it
look
was
like
great.
shit.
We get a Dom Mysterio vignette about his Intercontinental title match and Finn Balor. Which then, who cares, right? Because it's Dom Mysterio. No, I'm kidding. Dom Mysterio is one of the most over people in WWE, even if it's on a heel side. Magnifique. I love everything Dirty Dom does because I am a shill for Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yes, sir. I knew you'd cross over.
Yeah. Match number 1 was the tag team match. It was the tag team champions and the Usos taking on the Visions.
Very true,
C Engineering. A break is always needed to help you catch yourself ready for the next segment. That's fair. That's fair. We need more of that.
Blue Dream tonight.
Ooh. Yeah, I need me a new vape, bro. I need me a new vape. This match was actually solid until LA Knight got involved. He throws brass knucks to Jay, and Jay hits Theory right in front of the ref, causing a DQ. And after the match, Jay hits Logan Paul in the mouth. Honestly, this is Jay losing his temper, and it looks really good.
It does.
The character
really
work
good.
here it's great because Jay's at that point. I don't give a fuck no more, and I love it. I love it. We're going to talk about Jay come toward the end of Raw because I've got some serious thoughts in my brain, right? And we'll get there, so just bear with me. GSK says, I also want to recognize how amazingly funny it was to not tell Damian Priest they were winning the titles. The look of shock on his face last week was amazing.
That is
we all kind of figured.
True, man.
We all kind of figured that Damian and R-Truth, when they were stuck together, were going to go into Mania as champs. That's the only way the pairing works.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We get a recap of Punk Reigns segment from last week. You're old. That's
will make me hit
so
you
much
in the mouth,
better lines. Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring, says she loves the Intercontinental title, and she's going to get the title back from AJ. AJ comes out. Becky hightails it. AJ says, let's finish this at Mania, Becky. Becky agrees. Becky tells AJ the last time she was at Mania, she went in the next day asking for her release papers 11 years ago. And this time she wouldn't have to worry about it because she will bury her before she gets the opportunity to. Great heel work by Becky Lynch right here.
Yeah.
Great face work by AJ Lee.
Yeah, something I didn't put in, and that was the AJ Lee thing. She said, I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. And apparently I'm also your daughter's favorite wrestler too.
Yeah, that was a great line. That was a great line. Okay, so let me move forward here because I know we're on a time crunch. Backstage segment with LA Knight and the Usos. Yeah. It was stupid. Singles match, we get Javon Evans and Grayson Waller. Nice little filler match. They let Waller get a lot of offense in, but in the end, Evan hits a super Hurricane Rana and then an OG cutter for the 1, 2, 3. Tell everybody what was good about this match, cuz.
The final, the end of it. Like otherwise, it was a filler match. Everybody knows what a filler match is. This is definitely one of those. You say no, Dark Tree?
Okay. No, you don't think it was filler? You don't think that Javon Evans and Grayson Waller was a filler match? I'm okay with that. I'm okay. We can agree to disagree, Dark Tree. That's fine. I was talking about LA Knight. Oh, okay. Yeah. Stream delay. My bad. All right. I keep losing my place. In the back, Heyman tells Pierce he wants to book the Vision versus the Usos for the tag team titles in a street fight. Pierce says he has something to consider. Heyman goes, consider. Thank you for considering it, sir. And he turns around and he, walks away. Except Pierce stops him. And Pierce goes, aren't you heading to the ring? That's the wrong way. Heyman said, "Why would I go to the ring? Because you requested time to talk to Seth Rollins, and that time is now." And the look on Paul Heyman's face, it was just a solid, straight, damn. So, you know,
Can I cut in right there and
miss
just say
Ron.
that was like the greatest John Cena pun, or not? I mean, it wasn't really a pun, but it was like the greatest John Cena reference known to man. Because he told him the time is now, and it was like, John Cena, yeah.
I don't. Okay, so Heyman comes out and said he is by himself and he has a stalker in Seth Rollins. Heyman calls out Seth Rollins. Rollins comes out, stands on the announce table, and is met by the Boston, Massachusetts police force. Were these really cops? No, they were not. And if they were paid to be there just for show. Like, so they start to they start to take Rollins up the ramp and around the side through the crowd, and the whole time Heyman's on the mic and he goes, "We're in my family, the men file restraining orders. We're snitches. We go to the courts." Da 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 da. Bro, God mighty. I at this point. Then he says, "And then your wife's gonna leave you and be married to half the locker room, and then I will be so kind because I will adopt your daughter." And Rollins bolts. He loses it. Gets down to the ring. Heyman chucks the mic at him, which is funny as fuck, by the way. Watching that short little bastard throw something. But then, right? He sorry, I'm struggling on my words here a little bit. He takes a beating until Rollins is put in handcuffs and escorted out. And the whole time you can hear Rollins screaming, "F-A-F-O, Heyman, F-A-F-O, fuck around and find out, Heyman, fuck around." Man, look, who is Seth Rollins going to face? I think Braun Breaker's not going to make it back in time. Thank you, Green Tea. Appreciate you, baby.
I think it is Heyman's going to be at Mania. I've seen this on the dirt sheets. Heyman's going to be at Mania. Rollins is going to come out for an impromptu match against Braun Breaker at Mania.
Yeah, okay.
All right, take over for a second. I got to go tuck the wife
in. Yeah, I got you. Match number 3 was the women's tag team championships. It was the Kabuki Warriors taking on Lyra. I'm sorry, not for the championships. This was just a regular tag match. But it was the Kabuki Warriors taking on Lyra and Bayley. This match was pretty solid. All these women knew each other well, and it played out in this match. The finish saw Lyra hit a drop kick to the outside on Kyrie, then Nightwing on Asuka for the win. Or I'm sorry, on Kyrie for the win. After the match, Lyra and Bayley called the Irresistible Forces out for next week, which will lead into something to do with SmackDown. Oh, what just happened with Buddha's camera? Not sure. We'll see. Make sure we can see him when he gets back. That's a problem. I've gotten too far ahead. It's blinking. That's weird. We get a Tiffany Stratton vignette from NXT to now, which looks really good, by the way. Bring his dad and uncle, the Steiner brothers, let Rollins kick their asses. You know, man, the Steiner brothers wouldn't be too bad, but I think they're past their prime, right? Like, I don't know. I really want to see. I want to see Rollins versus Breaker because I think that's the match they were trying to do. And man, his camera is going all kinds of wonky on my end. I'm not sure what's up there. We get a backstage segment with Adam Pearce, IShowSpeed, and Danhausen. Darktree says, "No way Rick could do it." He might. Probably not. Danhausen says he and Speed should start a company together. Speed says no. Danhausen says, "Oh, you don't want to work with Danhausen? Well, then you are cursed." See what I did there? Honestly, this is a good way to get a celebrity involved. Although IShowSpeed was involved last year, I'm more into the stuff they're doing with Jelly Roll than I am the IShowSpeed stuff. Maybe that's just me. Vic, turn your camera on and off, please.
Me?
Yep. Let's see. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
It still didn't fix it. Yeah, it didn't fix it. Let's see. Where was I? Recap of Orton and Cardona from last week on SmackDown at this point, which is fine, right? Then we get a backstage segment with Asuka and Kyrie. Asuka tells Kyrie it's her fault they lost and to make it up to her. Io comes in and tells Kyrie she doesn't need that and deserves better. Raquel comes in and says Io didn't need to get in her business, as since she did, they can settle it next week. Maybe do the hand thing so it'll focus. You know what I'm talking about?
It's focused on my end.
Yeah. Well, not sure what's going on there, Cuzzo. We're having issues tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing a blur, but that's fine. We'll get there. This is really an audio thing anyway, so Twitch is just a woohoo. All right. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan make their way out, but appreciate you, baby. Sorry here, but lurking, watching the last 15 minutes of Ultra Music Festival. Hey, you do you. You are blurrier than the Mania buildup, and that's pretty blurry, GSK. You're not wrong.
I have no idea as to why, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, Cuzzo. Let me see if I can do something
on my end. I was clear as day.
Let me turn off your camera since I'm the host and turn it back on. Turn your camera back on, please.
There you go. Badoosh.
Nope. I don't know.
Show's clear.
I'm not sure why, man. I'm not sure why. Let me close out of a couple of things here because maybe it's my fault. I don't think it is, but maybe it's my fault. I'm closing out of everything that isn't required. All right, here we are.
Looking at my own stream, I'm still as clear as day. So I don't know why it's showing up like blurry for you.
It is though. Stream Together's been acting stupid today. Yeah, it's showing me. It's showing. Twitch has been acting up across the boards. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, bro. You're right. Where was I? Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan make their way out, but Stephanie Vaquer attacks Morgan as they are making their entrance. Morgan gets the upper hand, and they fight back to Gorilla, where Stephanie gets the upper hand and is broken into security. Although when Vaquer puts Morgan down on the ground, man. Oh, you cleared up now. There you go. When Vaquer puts Morgan down on the ground, you can hear that thump on that metal. Oh my God, yeah. It sounded beautiful. It was just the aesthetic of that room. Magnifique.
She took it clean too.
Yeah, she did. Which then led us into the next match, right? Because Dominic Mysterio was coming out to fight.
Yeah.
Match number 4, which was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Dominic Mysterio taking on the champion Penta. This was a decent match at best. Finn Balor came back, causing the distraction that cost Dom the match. Finn annihilates JD, and then Dom in the ring. JD comes back in, and Dom runs away. JD is left to take the brunt of Finn's offense. They are setting up Finn versus Dom at Mania. Let me stop here for a second. Where does that leave JD McDonough?
As the lackey he is?
Well, sure. I'm not disputing that, but where should he be? Like, I feel like this is as clear as mud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the locker room where he belongs. Thank you, Dark Thank you, Dark Tree. Catering. You guys really don't like JD McDonough?
He don't bring anything to the table, man.
I think that's a booking problem and not a character problem.
And you're absolutely right. That very well could be. But until he gets better booking, this is how it's going to be.
Dark Tree is very clear in what he says. Garbage. Oh, wait, wrong way. Garbage.
That way.
Anywho. Yeah, well, on this it looks it's so weird how Stream Together works. We get a recap of the Oba and Brock segment from earlier in the night because, Not everybody's talking about it all week long already, and this week again. Over the top clothesline. Yep, we heard it. Then they tell us what's coming next week, and I italicized this that way it'd be easy for me to read. Brock Live next Monday. The Women's Tag Team Championship when the Irresistible Forces take on Bailey and Lyra. Bayra. Okay. Bayra. Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez. New York City Streets fight for the men's tag team titles. The Usos defend against the Vision. So, 2 championship matches this coming week on Raw. Not a bad shout. Coming next week, another great and amazing snooze fest. Okay. Darktree, yeah, it really depends on how they play things. This close to Mania, though, title changes can happen, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. CM Punk comes out to the ring, talks his normal spiel, says he knows he's old, says he will take the whole bloodline, and he will start with Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out and says they can run it back. Let me do the thing. Run it back right now. Nobody wants to see Jay and CM Punk fight. No one cares that much. The only thing they want to see is the OTC, my tribal chief, right? And CM Punk. And let's face it, the OTC is going to get that World Heavyweight Championship. It's a fact, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy comes out and tries to calm Jay down, and then Roman comes out. Roman tells the Usos to leave. Actually, he tells Jimmy to get his brother and get out of his ring.
Yep.
Just to clarify. And Jimmy goes to do that, and Punk goes, "Nah, man, I think you need to stay and help your cousin. He's going to need the help." Jay pops off and goes and swings toward Punk. Punk, bam, right in the kisser, puts him down. Jimmy tries to grab onto CM Punk in a headlock. Roman Reigns comes up, Superman punch. Beautiful transition there. Honestly, security comes out and breaks it up. Jay tells Roman to get him. That's the key factor right there, because we're going to stop here for a second and talk about this. Jay tells Roman, "Man, Oos, get him. Get him, Oos, get him." He says it like 4 times as Roman's standing there about to get out of the ring. Roman then goes into apeshit mode, starts to decimate him. First, Roman spears Punk, then tosses him to the outside, then throws Punk into the ring post, then powerbombs him through the announce table. Roman then leaves as Punk is coming to, laughing, saying that he didn't need the help. Raw this week was nothing big to write about. I'm going to stop right there. The voices for the recap are everything. Thank you. I appreciate that, Soundbanks. I do. I appreciate that because I try. Here's the thing. Jey Uso told Roman Reigns to do something, and Roman Reigns did it. Better than DJ's narrating Voyager. That's a hot take, GSK. I appreciate that. Creative in general is garbage right now, says Darktree. Sure. Agreed. Sure. There's a lot of things that are in the pits right now. And it's horrible because Mania's in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That makes no sense. Like, it really does. It makes no sense because this is hot season. This is when everything's supposed to be on fire. And here we are. We don't even know the whole card yet. What? Not to sound like Stone Cold, but what? I can't. There's GSK says MJF versus Kenny Omega at Dynasty, and the Mania main events are yawn. Yeah, I saw that in the news, actually. Thank you, GSK. You're right. That's going to be a hell of a banger. But we're talking WWE right this minute. MJF retains, by the way. Bet. What do you think, man?
Kenny Omega
about Jey Uso?
We'll have to agree to disagree
Agree
on
to
that
disagree.
one. I honestly, I say don't really give into it. Because honestly and truthfully, I think it was just Jay motivating him to actually pull the trigger. And Roman finally snapped
Yeah.
and pulled the trigger.
Okay.
Jay's always been the
Was that really-
outspoken one where Jimmy is the one that tries to keep the peace with everybody.
Sure.
So this going back to old school bloodline, this follows right in the tracks of where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
Jay has always told Roman, even if we do get this back together, don't expect me to follow orders like a lapdog again. And he won't. He'll do things his way this time. But I think that it'll make for a stronger presence of the OG bloodline.
I do think that even though I'm a Roman Reigns guy, right? I support and I acknowledge my tribal chief, right? I do think the bloodline story is way overplayed. They did it for 5 years. We don't need it anymore. So,
Caledon says
that
Jay
hot-
needs to way back into the main event and he needs Roman to get the title. Then he's going to betray Roman this time. Didn't he betray Roman last time?
That's a better storyline, though, than what we're getting right now. That's a better storyline than what we're getting right now. That's my point.
Everybody's known
Creative's a shit.
Like everybody's known this was the way the title was going to go. It's been like that since Survivor Series. I think's when they first started building it up. Even though, yes, everybody thought that Roman was going to go after Cody because that's kind of where they went with it. That ain't how they went with it. They went with the better of the two stories. I would rather see Punk and Reigns than Cody Reigns. 3? I think.
Yeah, 3.
Yes, there's the rubber match that needs to happen to see who the better one is. Probably gonna call Roman in that match, but Punk Reigns sells more tickets, so I think there's going to eventually be another clash between the two bloodlines. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Soundbanks. That will happen at some point in time. If it doesn't, if the
That's
MFTs
more like
don't disintegrate within, which is what they're kind of aiming for now.
I was gonna say if they do make it long enough, that's a good storyline for like Survivor Series.
Time to put the titles on
what
somebody
I mean?
new, Dark Tree says. That is absolutely correct, sir. And do what?
I agree. I think that's a good storyline for like Survivor Series if the MFTs make it that long.
Yeah. Well, we have no wrestling news to cover this week, guys, because, well, honestly and truthfully, there wasn't really much into wrestling. Although I will say,
Wait.
Okay.
Raw.
I gave it a 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Carry on.
All right. Personal thing about, and Caledon, you'll like this. Blake Christian, who was on AEW this week against Will Ospreay. Did you catch that? I've actually met Blake Christian in real life at a indie show in Tennessee.
No.
I actually got the opportunity to. I've met him. Ace Austin, that's in AEW now. Got to meet him. There's another one. Alex Tracer, I think's his name. He's been in AEW. I've seen him, but I've met him before. So, like, some of these guys that are coming up now, it's just awesome to see because I've met these guys.
Which is why we're not talking about it, Dark Tree, because it's garbage. It's garbage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to SmackDown, guys. It comes to us this week from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We open the show with the Randy Cody vignette. Hello. Oh, I got to take a rip. There you go, Vinny. Cheers. Some blue dreams for you guys.
Buddha has a redeem on his channel to take a rip of his THC pen. So if you guys want to get him fucked up, now's the time. Go redeem your channel points.
Oh, so good. All right, Randy opens the show talking about the voices, how he's not responsible. How he's not responsible for what's to come. Matt Cardona interrupts. Dex Orton with the mic. Orton rolls out. We cut backstage to Trick Williams and Nick Aldis. Aldis is giving a match to Trick at Mania. Sammy interrupts and gets told he doesn't have a match at Mania. Sammy then attacks Trick and says, I'm going to have a match at Mania. We then cut to match number 1, which is the tag team match. We got the Bellas versus Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. We come back from commercial with Randy begging for God, I can't say his name. Cardona tonight.
Cardona.
Back to the ring, the women's tag champs come out with a mic, run their mouths for a few minutes, garbage promo. Both teams look good here. In the end, Lash delivered a cheap shot to Bliss for Brie to get the dub. After the match, the champs started to beat everyone down. Then out comes Bayley and Lyra. Charlotte then pushes Brie down when the dust settles. Honestly, keep the interference guarantees a multi-team Mania match, which I'm kind of hoping to 100%. See because right now we don't have any.
That's true.
It's all singles matches right now. So I would like to see a triple threat. I would actually like to see this as a fatal 4-way. Okay?
I think we can do better than that, man.
Here's the question I have for you. Okay? Mm-hmm. What better way to get the titles on the Bellas? Because I swear to you, that's probably where they're aiming. Okay? Probably. But what better way to do that and not make all the rest of these teams not look weak? Fatal 4-way.
There isn't
That's
one.
Fatal 4-way. That is the cleanest way you're going to do it to where you don't have to worry about any team looking weak being in that match.
Okay. That's agreeable. Let me ask here, though.
Sure.
Which are your teams?
That are going to take them?
Obviously the champs.
Oh, right.
Obviously the champs. Obviously the Bellas. What are the other two?
The fours. The four. They're already there. Lyra.
You're leaving some out.
Lyra and Bayley, Charlotte and Alexa, the Bellas, and Nikki and Lash. Or, I'm sorry, Nia and Lash. That's going to be the 4 teams that take Mania. Is there other teams? Sure. You've got, as bad as I hate to say it, you got Jillian and Kiana James. They can still be a tag. When Chelsea Green gets better, her and Alba can team up. They can make a viable team.
Kabuki Warriors.
B-Fab and Mishin. There's other teams around that can get in there and probably have good matches. But right now, I think the focus is on those 4 teams. And with those 4 teams, if they're going to do a multi-team match, make it a fatal 4-way at Mania, those 4 teams, as bad as I hate to say it, let the Bellas come out on top so they get their 15 minutes of fame and glory with the tag team titles.
That's fair. That's fair.
C Engineering says the dailies reset for STFC and do not forget to have shields up, sir. So we're taking an ad break at the moment, so if you want to address the chat, please do.
Oh yeah, I already said to C while you were talking. I appreciate you, C. I've got a shield up, buddy. I'm not in TC either. I've moved. Incursions are coming. I'm in my normal hiding space. So, not that rating matters anymore, but that's an STFC topic, and this is a WWE stream. So, hold my beer.
Those things send the Bella twins back to the retirement home. Look, that's not a bad call, Dartree. It's really not. But they came back. There was stipulations, as always, for legends that come back. And that was probably it. Get us the tag team titles. Let us at least have them. And we'll go. And that's probably what's going to happen. Once they lose the titles, they may get a rematch. Once that rematch is over and they lose again, you probably won't hear from them again.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't even know if that's PG. So.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm playing sounds.
Oh.
Send the Bellas to my home. I'll take care of them. Do you really want that kind of drama in your house, GSK?
I don't think you do.
Really
bro.
want that kind of drama?
I don't think you do. Do not think you do.
I wouldn't. Not my home. I'm
All right,
good.
Welcome back to the stream. Let's go ahead and catch up and take off here. We got new tag champs, R-Truth and Damian Priest, little vignette. In the back, Priest Truth segment with Jelly Roll and Rhea. Divulges into Slam Jade segment. Love it. Then we get the Bellas and Alexa and Charlotte segment in the back, which wasn't even worth writing about.
No, it wasn't.
Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring, grabs a mic, says it's Mania season, and I don't care who I have to go through to get there. Jade Cargill comes out and starts running her mouth with her little buddies. The boos were so loud. Apparently, B-Fab gets a match with Rhea, which is happening right now. Match number 2 of the evening is B-Fab versus Rhea. This match was so short that there's no chance of it being a disqualification. Rhea handles business until Jade and her cronies got the numbers advantage. What would you? I mean, that was so short lived, man. Like,
yeah, that match
versus Rhea. Come on.
There was all right. First off, Rhea was guaranteed to win, flat out, right? But what better way to keep B-Fab looking strong? I hope you guys can see my hands because I'm doing the air quotation mark things for our podcast audience. Looking strong, okay? Because she doesn't ever. I don't like this little stable they've got. I'm not about it. Just anything with Jade Cargill just needs to be thrown up, ripped out, and put in the trash bin because that's where Jade belongs.
I don't think she's strong enough to have her own stable.
She's not.
Forgive me for saying that for anybody that might be a Jade Cargill fan, and I'm sure there are those out there. But I don't feel as though she's strong enough as a superstar to be able to hold down a faction. I feel as though this is very, very short-lived, and Mania, a little past Mania, will probably be the end of it.
You see this right here? You see this right here? It was done in AEW, and it sucked too.
Yes.
I'm about that.
And I just lost you. Welcome back. Can't hear you.
Not sure what happened there. I didn't change anything.
Okay.
That was weird.
Your camera cut off, and then I couldn't hear your mic for a minute.
Weird. I'm telling you, Stream Together is acting
funny. She
funny.
Needs a manager and mouthpiece. I agree, but I mean, who are you going to get to do that for her? I mean, Mishin and B-Fab could be the mouthpieces, but like, I feel as though they need to bring somebody else in. Jet lag on the stream. Twitch has been having issues with streaming. Yeah, well, we both seem to have that problem already tonight. So, for anybody that is listening to this on podcast, you're getting a great one. For anybody that's watching this on stream, we apologize for all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
All right, so we get a Miz and Kit Wilson segment with Miz looks awful. He goes on to say that his packages are arriving open and something else, and he drops his cell phone in a toilet. There's no disinfectant in Pittsburgh, he says. Just Miz being stupid.
Any kind of good heel work from Miz is decent heel work from Miz. At this point, the reality star has become a legend in his own right. So
right. Dan Halston appears and then curses Kit Wilson, which was hilarious. Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu vignette from the other night and them fighting all over the arena. We get a Drew McIntyre interview. Leads us into match number 3, Jelly Roll. Yes, you heard that correctly. Jelly Roll taking on Kit Wilson. We get a video package from last week. This starts with more poetry from Kit Wilson. Honestly, the match was shit, and I get they're promoting the celebrity Jelly Roll wins via chokeslam. Like, you couldn't have said any better words there. That was such crap.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly
Jelly Roll,
what it is.
Like, if he's going to try to be a professional wrestler, he's going to have to learn how to sell correctly. Not oversell
we're getting
like
there.
He did everything.
We're getting there. I promise you, Sam.
We are getting there.
We're getting
What's
there.
That? Oh, yeah.
Drew.
All right. Let's see. We get a Punk Reigns recap. Bro, Jey Uso. We've discussed that already. MFT segment. Hayes says you coming to Tonga because he's been like in the shadows, so to speak, for the past 3 months for this U.S. title. And I mean, well, we're almost there. Speaking of that, U.S. Open Challenge match, Carmelo Hayes taking on Sami Zayn.
Shock of the night.
I'm going to stop right there. Exactly. Shock of the night. Nobody in their right mind would have thought Sami Zayn would be the one to answer the challenge.
Nope.
And honestly and truthfully, with that happening, we get Trick Williams making his way out to watch the match. Honestly, this match was very good. Probably match of the night. Lots of transitions. Sammy is back on his underdog story to get the Mania right. Several moments were made to look like either man could win. However, in the end, Trick Williams interfered, threw the belt in the ring to cause a distraction. Trick swung on Sammy and hit Hayes and allowed Sammy to capitalize with a hell of a kick. And 1, 2, 3, your new United States champion, Sami Zayn.
Whoop that Zayn. Whoop that Zayn. Yeah, you're right, Dark Tree.
But I mean, think about it.
Can I?
Like,
let me pop in for just a second.
Please go right ahead.
Sami Zayn is always the underdog, and
right?
This heel persona, again, air quotations for our podcast audience. I don't know that he's going to be able to carry it off. He's always been this face underdog. I'm at the bottom of the pile, working my way to the top kind of character, but he's still stuck in the mid card. Sami Zayn needs, and GSK is in chat right now, just said it for me. He needs a world title win.
Yes.
He's long overdue for a world title win. The U.S. Championship is one thing. It'll get him on the Mania card. Great. That's wonderful. What are we going to do with him next year? Please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please give this man a heavyweight title shot in either brand. I don't care which.
I mean, answer me something. Do you think Carmelo really got screwed tonight?
No.
I don't think he did either. I think that was the cleanest way you could actually have him lose. To where he
stay strong.
Yeah, and stay strong. He's got heat. He can come out there and be like, I got screwed. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Carmelo Anthony actually makes it into that U.S. title match that we'll discuss in like 2 seconds for Mania. And it be a triple threat.
That would be great.
We get a Jacob Fatu interview, and then just like I was saying, they announced Sammy versus Trick at Mania for the U.S. title. So I feel as though Carmelo's got some heat coming into next week's SmackDown, shoots a fire promo, and it's like, I feel as though I should be in that match as well. And have Nick Aldis come out and be like, you know what, screw it. I like that. Let's do that. I would be okay seeing it done that way. I don't think it's going to be as short and sweet to the point as I just put it. But I would love for that to be kind of how clean that comes out.
Sure.
Jacob Fatu makes his way to the ring to talk. He talks about dog walking Drew. So Drew comes out, talks some shit. Match for Mania is made official as it's unsanctioned, which means that WWE has no authority over the match. They're not responsible for any injuries or anything that may happen during this match. Granted, it's
this is
just
where I fell asleep. Dark Tree says
it's just a. It's a gimmick match for Mania. Got to have one of those. So this is going to be the gimmick match. Yeah, you got anything to add on that?
Honestly, I would rather see them put Drew and Jacob together than them not be utilized at all. Both men are very strong. Okay.
Agreed.
So, do I think that either one of them need to be in the heavyweight title picture right now? No. They are winter champions.
Yes.
What I mean by that is they're champions when the real champions aren't there. So
they're the part-timer's part-timer.
Yep.
Jelly apologizes to Cardona. Zelina and Alistair pop in frame, talk shit, and leave. We get a Tiffany Chelsea Green segment in the back, which was absolutely stupid. But that does lead us into match 5, which was Julia versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany dominated most of the match. However, Kiana James distracted Tiffany for 2 seconds, and Tiffany goes for the prettiest moonsault ever, but gets hit in the gut with knees. Julia rolls her up to get the 1-2-3 victory. That was crap.
Yep. Let me respond to the chat right quick, as GSK says, Jacob Fatu needs another year in the oven, and whiny Drew McIntyre sucks a bag of dicks. Listen, both statements are true. Both statements are true.
And you're right, Dark Tree. It was a stupid match. I don't like how they're doing Tiffy right now. I hope that sets up a Mania match for that title, but we'll see. Lyra and
will.
Bailey interview in the back. Orton's on the phone again, talking to somebody. They go back over the Femi Lesnar segment again. Like, we're going to run this as much as we can, honestly. And then we get to the main event of the evening. Randy Orton versus Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona came out strong and attacked Orton with the cast, but the rest was essentially a beatdown from Orton to Cardona. After several minutes, Orton gets the win. Cody's bust is shown pulling up. We get a picture-in-picture commercial while Cody walks the whole fucking way to the ring. Just a commercial comes back. His music hits. No, we did not. We did not need that. Cody kept trying to chase Orton. Orton begins attacking security, and Cody still ends up being man on top. Once separated, Jelly comes down and gets in the middle and receives an RKO for his trouble. Randy leaves, and we fade to black. I did not see a point in Jelly Roll being in that final segment.
It's celebrity exposure. That's all it is. I don't
give a shit. He had already had his exposure earlier in the night when he beat Kit Wilson. He did not need to be part of that.
Agreed.
Dark
all in all, though,
stupid.
There were a couple of good segments. There were a couple of bad segments. So I could go either way on this, right? Like, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Some of these matches, for instance, the Sami Zayn Carmelo Hayes match of the night, hands down.
Just like my background,
going
guys.
back
I don't
to
know if
Raw.
y'all see it now, but like, yeah, I got an awesome ass background. Thanks to Hat over there, showing me how to do shit.
Be careful. I taught him how to use NVIDIA Broadcast. Be warned. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is right.
Needs to be replaced
hold on.
For God's sake, bring back Vinny.
That's an unpopular opinion, Dark Tree. That is a very unpopular opinion, but it's yours, and I respect it. Do I want Vinny back? Vinny Mac? No, thank you. No, thank you. But there are a lot of people in the world who would agree with you right now. I'm just not one of them. Okay? Like, I respect your opinion. And the same goes to everybody else here, too. That's the reason we host these shows, right? We want to hear what you guys have to say. So, with that being said, let me throw out this number right first. 3 for SmackDown from me.
2.5 from me. Which is very rare.
Higher than you. That's
very, very rare.
Exclamation point stage in the chat right now. If you would like to come up and have a conversation about any of the wrestling topics this week, be it WWE, AEW, whatever, come to the Discord stage, raise your hand. We'll wait a couple of minutes. And if we get people to come up, great. If we don't, no big deal. No big deal. Buddha.
Yo.
Let me ask. Because I see Dark Tree's on his way, and I'll gladly accept that. What are you thinking, both of you? Welcome to the stage, Dark Tree.
Welcome on.
What are you guys thinking in regards to? Oh my God, I lost it. Marijuana affects the memory. Where was I? Sami Zayn. The Sami Zayn heel turn. This whole he's going nuts story because he's not been booked. Is there any traction here?
Any traction? I don't know, man. I don't really think so.
What about you, Dark Tree? What do you got?
I think there's something with me on the stage. I'm gonna leave and come back in.
I don't think it's you, man. I think it's Buddha's mic tonight. It's been that way.
It's working now. I didn't even change it.
Okay, now I got
it. It's doing its thing.
Yeah.
What was your question again, Hat?
Sami Zayn in this heel turn.
Oh, I've seen it coming. It's part of the OG bloodline.
Okay.
That's part of the heel turn.
Wow, Soundbanks. Soundbanks in chat says, I don't think so. I was more convinced with Cena turning heel over Sami Zayn. That's a very unique opinion. Very unique opinion, but I love it. I love it, man. We enjoy that kind of commentary. So thank you. Dark Tree, what's on your mind, brother?
If I'm gonna put it to you like this, if creative stays on the track that it's on right now, by this time next year, AEW will be ranked number 1 and WWE will be ranked number 2.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
going in the toilet.
You're not the only one to say that. There are a lot of people that are anti-WWE, pro AEW right now. And no shots fired here. I'm not against that opinion. AEW is doing some good things. Again, referencing GSK and what he said about MJF and Kenny Omega. Or, like, what else is a good example? I'm not going to say Ronda Rousey because that shit fell flat. Much like her. Never mind. Anyway.
No kidding.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I don't know. I think that there's room for both companies at the top. I think that the business is very, very niche. And at this rate, I'm going to quote Maven Huffman. Okay. And I know that that's probably out of left field for people, right? But I am going to quote Maven Huffman in a video I watched of his while I was eating dinner tonight. The business is dying with the way they're booking things right now. House shows don't exist anymore. Spending days on the road with the people you're working matches with doesn't exist anymore. You show up for TV and you leave.
Yep.
That's it. So they're not honing their craft like they used to. I think that WWE, since the Rona, right, has made some decisions that has changed their entire business model. Okay.
Agreed.
TKO taking over also changed that entire business model. Things were better when Vince ran the company. Yes. Yes, I'll agree with that. Do I think Vince still needs to be the man in charge? No. Just my opinion.
Let me clarify 2 things real quick.
Please.
When I said that AEW would be on top by this time next year, I did not mean that in saying that AEW was doing anything better or bigger than WWE. It's that WWE's standards have dropped that much, number 1. Number 2, when I said bring Vinny back, I didn't mean as in charge, but they need him in creative. The man was a genius in creative.
I don't think Vince McMahon could return to the company without being the head honcho. I don't think he has it in him to take orders from Triple H.
Well, no, he needs to be fired.
You don't like Triple H?
I love Triple H as a wrestler. Don't get me wrong. As a character, on-screen personality, amazing. Back scenes, no, he needs to go. He does not have it. I'm sorry, just because he married the boss's daughter doesn't mean that he's the greatest booker or greatest creative entity in history. No, he does not have it. He needs to go.
Okay, so let me interject here and say that up until this year, this Mania, everything has been running solid. It's just this year's Mania. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, think about it. They make more money now than what they ever did. And I mean,
yeah, but they also charge 10 times as much.
That's true. But people still pay it. As right as your statement is, people still pay it. If that stops, then things change. But if people are still paying for it, it's still going to run the way they feel as though it's running correctly. Now, is that to say that they can't get in there and change a bunch and make it even more profitable? Sure. But maybe it's bringing in fresh writers instead of former talents. Because a lot of the writers and stuff, or a lot of the producers, I should say, are former talent. If you bring in fresh eyes, fresh everything, and have that actually work, I feel as though 6 months from now we could be having a fully different conversation.
Let me read you guys a couple of things from the chat right quick.
Sure.
GSK says, I hate him as a wrestler, talking about Triple H. I think it would, or he's better as an executive. Hunter was good only because he had the best opponents who could carry him. I I don't know if that's entirely true, GSK. I I personally am a Triple H guy. I am a
Same.
Triple H fan. I always have been. I
His
I
finisher was
liked
the
what he
pedigree,
did
guys.
within
Come
it.
on now.
Hold on now. Let me finish. I like what he was doing when he was in charge of NXT. I like what he was doing when he first took over for Vince, like when Vince had to step away from the company. The the couple of years since has numbed him to what the people really want in creative. Soundbank says, in this day and age, I think it would be too controversial. Just thinking of the Raw is War era, they wouldn't be able to get away with as much with Vince and creative. That's a fair point, Soundbanks. You're right.
That is true.
We're never going to go back to the 90s and being able to tell people to suck it on national television and drop vials of blood and cover
Bra and
people with
panties
beer
matches.
trucks. And yeah, bra and panties matches are a thing of the past, man. There are lots of things that are 90s related that only worked in that grunge era, right? Because let's face it, that's a grunge era. To see Jade Cargill get a Hulula kick would be hilarious, by the way.
That would.
I'm for it, but they're never going to let that fly.
No.
You know, would it
Times
be
have
great as
changed.
one of those mixed match tag challenges? Sure.
Times have changed. People have changed. The world's outlook has changed. And that's
Social
just,
media.
yeah, that's not socially acceptable anymore. And in order for the business to continue to run, they have to be able to adapt with the changes. And
Yep.
that's what they're doing.
My biggest issue with this year in particular, and you guys can correct me if you don't think this is valid, but I 100% do. Last year, they were doing this Rock final boss, Rock and Cena shit. Oh, it's a stable. That was for ticket sales. We all know that, right? So they came out and said, okay, well, next year we're gonna host WrestleMania in New Orleans, and it's gonna be awesome. And then they doubled back on that and said, no, we're gonna do Allegiant Stadium 2 years in a row in Vegas. That
That's
was a
where the garbage
shitty.
started.
That was a shitty business move.
Okay, but
It was just bad.
now I interject with this and say that wasn't exactly 100% WWE's fault.
No,
No, that
it
was
wasn't.
TKO. That was TKO all the way around.
That wasn't even them. That was whatever stadium they had booked. Apparently, is the one that backed out. So it's hard to go and promote a place when they back out of it.
Sure.
So they had to come up with a second option.
Doing the same stadium 2 years in a row, when have they ever done that?
Exactly.
Ever.
That's the point. That's the whole point of this whole thing, is they've never done the same stadium 2 years in a row. So they wanted to try this.
I think it's a bad call.
And you may be absolutely right, but that's exactly, you just said it. They wanted to see what would happen if they'd done the same stadium 2 years in a row. Could be a possibility that become a home stadium. WrestleMania is always going to be there. It could be a ploy for that. It could just be they wanted to see what would happen 2 years in a row. But I do agree with you that it is a bad point. It's a bad business decision.
Let me ask chat right now. If you guys have any questions, now is the time. We'll answer them when we come back from ads in 3 minutes, okay? That being said, Dark Tree, what do you got for us? You have any other questions? Any kind of statements you want to make, or?
I already said how I really felt about things earlier, and you said we weren't going to talk about it tonight.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed.
That happens, man. I'm sorry. The Hall of we can talk about it if you want to. The Hall of Fame. Dark Tree was talking to me earlier today about the Hall of Fame and them not inducting certain individuals. Good morning, Viper. Welcome in.
Good morning, Viper.
this is welcome to the WWE stream. We're talking wrestling here, which I don't know if you follow or not, but I appreciate you showing up either way. What do you want to just go ahead and throw it out there, Dark Tree? What your thoughts on the Hall of Fame are?
My thing is this year's class, other than I would say 3 of the individuals, is just more showboating bullshit. AJ Styles, great career. Is he Hall of Fame material? Yes, but not this year. Stephanie McMahon, Hall of Fame material? Maybe. Not this year. Hasn't waited long enough. You've got people that have died or have been gone for years that aren't even in the Hall of Fame yet. 2 individuals right off the bat. China and Bray Wyatt. Neither one have been honored individually yet. And it's just like, bleh.
That's fair. That's
and
fair.
I'm just, it makes me sick that they keep putting fluff crap in these Hall of Fame shows instead of really making it what it's about people that have paid their dues and earned their spot in.
I agree with GSK in chat. AJ's going in to keep him out of AEW, right? And then Stephanie McMahon really has paid her dues. She's been there since the Attitude Era. Like, so I'm not opposed to Stephanie and AJ, but there are others like Dennis Rodman.
Never.
Never should have been involved.
No, nowhere near worthy. Now,
of course you do, GSK.
Sid Vicious, I think, okay, like an okay call.
Demolition, definitely worthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely worthy. Should have been there years ago. I can't even remember his name now. He was just in
the bottom feeding trash bag hoe is going in, Caldon said.
Oh yeah.
Good
Sid
Jericho
Vicious,
reference. Yeah.
Definitely worthy. Brooklyn Brawler, is that who the other one is? That was just announced?
Oh God, I can't remember his name.
D'Lo Brown?
No, his last name was Brown though. Steve Lombardi.
Oh my God. You know, those ones I agree with, but
so
Bad News Brown, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's D'Lo.
Oh, okay. So honestly and truthfully, like the biggest problem that everybody's got with this year's Hall of Fame is Dennis Rodman, which is a perfect reason, and a 50-50 on AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the class is okay. I mean, you know, they usually try to honor one person a year that's gone. That's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
This year's Sid Vicious, right? I think he passed away.
Yeah, but it should have been Bray.
I agree.
I agree.
Bray.
I agree. Bray should already be in, but I think they're saving Bray for like 30. If you really want me to be honest with you, I think 2030 is the year Bray goes in.
I
could
agree.
be wrong. I mean, Batista still needs to go in. He's waiting for the right time to go in.
Batista hasn't went in yet because of his own choice, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's been his call. There's a lot of people that should have been in already that aren't in because of either their call or their family's call. Yeah. Owen Hart is one of them. Owen Hart will never be in the Hall of Fame until Martha or the kids say it's okay.
Yeah, no,
and
you're right.
Martha has been adamant that it's never going to happen.
But you see, with that statement right there on its own, it irks me because she'll never let him go to the WWE Hall of Fame, but they let them have a Owen Hart Cup tournament in AEW.
Because it's not WWE involved.
I know.
That's exactly what she
but
said.
It's very irking because his presence and a lot of his mainstay was in WWE. Granted, yeah, it was I'm sure it was probably something to do with Vince, and that's the reason why, and I completely understand that. But different people own and operate the company now. It's time to let his legacy, be honored where it was made.
Right.
Again, just a personal opinion.
We are back from ads, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chat, do we got any questions before we start wrapping things up here? Because I've checked my DMs and I have several I need to get back to. So I got a couple of things I got to get done
Look out.
tonight. Well, yeah, Mama Hat's one of them, but there's more. There's more. I've got a conversation with the Inglorious STFCers. I've got a conversation with Pal. I've got a conversation with Viper. There's a lot.
Understand. My board is empty. Nothing new about that.
Chat, we got any kind of questions, any kind of statements, anything you guys want us to say anything toward? Because again, this show's for y'all. We do these shows not only because it's our passion, but because we enjoy hearing what you guys have to say. Love the chat as always. Of course, Soundbanks. And
Yes.
Anytime any of you guys are welcome to come up and speak. Why am I awake? It's silly o'clock because Viper, you get up balls early in the morning, sir. That's why. That's why.
It's better than being balls deep.
Is it? Is it though? Good question.
All right, guys. Well, if nobody else has got anything in the chat, we're going to go ahead and cut this out and get this going. That way we can get it on YouTube, get it on the podcast for you people that come on and actually listen to the podcast. We greatly appreciate you, just like Darktree, as always. It's a pleasure to have you on the stage with us. Chat, as always, it's a pleasure to chat with you guys and hear your opinions just as well as ours. With that being said, we're going to wrap things up for the night. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about WWW or WWE or WTF. Viper, it's no problem.
Fine.
We appreciate you being on here, man. First, foremost, and always.
Yep, 100%.
But anyway, guys,
100%.
We will be live again next Friday night, 11:15 Eastern time. Probably a little bit later because we never get started on time. That was my fault tonight.
We don't.
That's okay, though. Hope y'all like the new setup. And, guys, we will be back next week with another excellent edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review with myself, Butterfire, co-host MJ Hat. And, yeah, guys, we thank you all so much. So until next Friday night, we'll catch you guys on the flip side later. Peace out.
Stay frosty, y'all. Be good. Darktree. The music is absolutely amazing. That's a Buddha creation.